Hello, good and wonderful people. You are welcome back to my channel. My name is Tessie. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, depending on where you are watching from. So, before I dive into this news, if you're just watching for the first time or you have been watching without subscribing, please kindly hit on the red subscribe button down below to subscribe. Also on the notification button. In that way, anytime we upload a new video, they will notify you. And I pray that the same way you lovelies are supporting me here in this channel, God will definitely send people that will support you in whatever you are doing in life. In Jesus' name, amen. And this news here reads, Jonathan had solutions to Nigerians' problems, but Buhari has made things worse. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has again criticized President Muhammadu Buhari's leadership for its failure to respect the peculiarities of Nigerians as well as accept good counsel from its perceived enemies. Obasanjo, who condemned the current state of affairs in the country, also said that the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, has made effort to addressing myriad of challenges facing the country, but the current Buhari's government incompetence has made the situation much worse. The former president made the statement in a speech on Saturday at the Frederick Fasehun First Memorial Lecture. Fasehun was a Yoruba leader and founder of Oduduwa People's Congress. He stated that Nigeria belongs to all Nigerians on the basis of freedom, equity, justice, fairness, peace, security, cooperation, mutual dignity, respect, shared values, and shared prosperity. If these factors are removed, Nigeria falls into pieces. Obasanjo, in his lecture, who pointed out several calls by groups and prominent Nigerians on insecurity in Nigeria, gave the apologies of Buhari's administration 6 questions to answer. He said, are all these people speaking the truth enemies of the government? Are apologists just telling the president what they believe he wants to hear? Do they believe that they are being fair to Nigerians and indeed to President Buhari? Do they remember there is a day of judgment when they have to render account before God? I know for sure that God has the best in stock for Nigeria, and do they consider the present situation as the best for Nigeria? The former leader regretted that President Goodluck Jonathan's effort of a national conference did not even get to the National Assembly. Today, the agitation have moved up to restructuring. Thanks to Buhari's administration and its impunity and all, with the fractional political division, poor management of the economy, the non-protecting security, and the politics of uncertainty in the land. We should not allow the restructuring agitation to degenerate to self-determination agitation. There is still a window of opportunity for us to nip in the bud a possibility and indeed likely agitation for self-determination that will be violent, destructive, and all-empowering. We have descended to lack of civility, bordering on uncivilization, indignity, mutual disrespect, and crudity in the language of our debate, dialogue, discourse, address, comment, and remark across tribe, section, religion, region, ethnicity, and community. If not halted, it will degenerate and poison the atmosphere to the tipping point or point of no return. If the issue becomes conceptualized as an issue of freedom or liberation, there will be no war or gate to effectively prevail against it. Some well-meaning Nigerians are worried, and understandably so. Threat and intimidation do not build a community, they rather destroy. The language of love, knowledge, understanding, appreciation, consideration, compassion, cooperation, forgiveness, and accommodation should be the language to build our nation. We should be honest and courageous enough to tell ourselves home truth for self-education and for the edification of our country. If we shirk our duty to our country because we are afraid of threats, intimidation, blackmail, or being called names, we are not worthy of being called patriots or nationalists. Why the unity and integrity of Nigeria will be defended with all that I can muster, but surely not at the expense of my liberty, human dignity, freedom of choice, and human rights. I will not relent by exerting effort, ability, and capability to make a contribution to the development and progress of my land of birth. If I allow myself to be enslaved in Nigeria, I would have left a shameful legacy for my children and the succeeding generation forever. May God forbid. In that way, my existence in life would amount to naught. If the hands cannot be swung, the saying goes, there are better head above the head perpetually. My service to my country and to the humanity would have ended in total failure, as I would have lived not to carry out the divine mission of making better what I found. If I fought racial and tribal injustice and oppression in South Africa, Angola, Mozambique, Namibia, and South Sudan tenaciously and successfully, it would be remiss of me to do any less in Nigeria. It is a divine duty and responsibility which must be attended to if necessary. It would appear that the National Assembly is fully aware of the lurking danger and want to be proactive, which is commendable. But the Nigeria Constitution does not give the National Assembly the power to write a new constitution, but the power to amend existing one. What is required is a new constitution to meet the agitation and aspiration of all Nigerians and to allay all fears. The executive and the legislature need to work together to establish a constituent assembly. The exercise must not be compromised like the present constitution. It must have a full legitimacy of we, the people. Talking of a new constitution, maybe we should try a hybrid constitution of president and prime minister sharing executive power in a presidential parliamentary system. And before we descend any further, let me warn for experience those who are beating the drums of war and domination from all quarters are joined the late Bisala under General Hassan Kassina to write the appreciation and the operational instruction for the civil war. We estimated that federal government would suppress the Biafran rebellion within 3 months to make allowances for the unforeseen. We allowed 6 months, but it took us 30 months, 5 times what we allowed for, and what is more, we nearly lost the war. As a field commander at the end of the war, I can attest that we fought with all Nigerian tribes, including Igbos, against Biafra. And if after over 10 years of fighting Boko Haram, the terrorist group is still waxing strong, let nobody out of self-delusion think that a war of self-determination by one or more geopolitical zones of Nigeria with the present disenchantment would be easily suppressed by the rest of what may remain of the country. Some will fight to the last drop of the blood of their group than suffer the indignity of slavery, suppression, domination, and atrocious injustice in the land of their birth, and the only one that they call their country. If Boko Haram can get outside support, any geopolitical zone opting for self-determination may equally get an external support. War may not necessarily go as planned, estimated, and predicted. Everything must therefore be put in place to avoid a war, the end of which no one can precisely predict. There is no assurance that Nigeria can survive a second civil war, but rather we should seek political solution and avoid a destructive civil war. And this is basically it for you all from the former president Olusegun Obasanjo. And I think I have to say this. You see, politics is a very stupid and dirty game. Okay, and this is the main reason why our people must not continue to allow themselves to be deceived by all these old politicians who only care about themselves, about what they can gain, about what they can achieve. They don't have forget the fact that they come out like this to make this statement, and so all these things you hear them saying is just for saying sake. After they finish, it dies there. Okay, this Olusegun Obasanjo, who is writing letters every now and then, he is the genesis of the problems we have in Nigeria, and I think I've said it a couple of times here in this my channel. Okay, so him himself knows the root of the problem, and if he wants to put a stop, if he wants to do something about it, being the elder statesman, he can do something. Okay, but at the end of the day, you see them beating around the bush. Okay, if we want to talk this statement from Olusegun Obasanjo, if you really want to talk, I think we have a lot of things to talk about. But in order for me not to waste your time, I think I would just like try to summarize it so that I will leave you all to share your own opinion with me on the comment section. Now, Olusegun is telling us, is it not that Olusegun is just realizing that Goodluck Jonathan had solutions to Nigerians' problem, and this same Obasanjo was the one who deceived so many Nigerians, was the one who told Nigerians that Goodluck Jonathan was not good for Nigeria. And now he's coming out to tell us we should look for a way to restructure our nation. Which nation? Does even the people in power, are they ready to restructure the Nigeria now? I think they have to first of all admit that something is wrong before we start looking for a solution. But now all of them, according to them now, everything is all right. The administration is the best administration so far. So how do we start this restructuring he's talking about? The people in power has not admitted that something is wrong. Before you can help a person, the person first of all have to admit that yes, I have problem and I need help. You understand? But this one, they tell you everything is all right. They are doing their best to do this one. They are trying their best. So how do you restructure such a nation? Even the lawmakers are telling them, okay, if you know that we can no longer fight these people, let us call for international help. Let us admit that yes, we can no longer handle it on our own. Let us call for international help. But no, fold your hands. Watch people dying every day. If they ask you, say, yeah, they have been defeated. If they ask you, say, they will be defeated. What kind of nonsense is that? So is it not better that all of us will go our own separate way? Let everybody go and handle his or her own nation. Now they have sent him to come and divert people's attention, and a lot of people will actually listen to him and start working with this thing he is saying here. Anyways, I think the people I pity is the people that will fall cheaply for this their deceit, because they are looking, like I said, they are looking for a way to divert people's attention. 2023 is around the corner, and they're looking for how to impose candidate on people. He just said it by himself that he fought injustice and oppression in South Africa, in this nation, in that nation. Okay, in your own nation, what have you done? Where injustice and oppression has become the order of the day, what have you done? And you are coming out to tell us you don't want to leave a bad legacy, you want to leave a good legacy. Okay, what have you done where our own constitutional human rights are being breached in a country where they say we practice democracy? If we talk, before you know, either you see yourself in Kirikiri or you see yourself in Zone 9. So what are we not saying? I think they say charity begins at home. Don't come and tell us what you did in another nation. Tell us what you have done in your own nation. How have you helped your people? And I think that is one of the major problem that these Nigerian leaders they have. Look at President Muhammadu Buhari fighting for other nations, asking people to leave, to let other nations go. But in your own nation, there are people who want to go. You don't want to let them go. So it is the right time for us to wake up and stop falling for all this deceit, because my own eye don't open long time ago. So all this nonsense, I know they believe again. So I pity for people who will believe all this rubbish. At the end of the day, you enjoy for 2 days and suffer for 4 years. And this is basically it for you all. I will just leave you all to share your own opinion with me on the comment section. And with that, I will just say thank you so much for watching. Please share your thoughts with me on the comment section. Share this video and like, and I will see you all in my next video. Remain blessed until I come your way next time. Bye bye.